person out there in Facebook land. I'm Jerome McDonnell. I'm here with fellow plasticator Monica Eng, and Catherine Bissell Cordova is here from the Chicago Fair Trade. And tell us what we're doing here today.
Hi everybody, welcome. So this Saturday is World Fair Trade Day. It's celebrated around the globe in over 100 countries. In Chicago for 14 years running, we've had the biggest World Fair Trade Day event in the USA. And Jerome McDonnell has been part of it maybe every single year.
Maybe.
Monica, you were on it, remember? We were talking about Aldi and Daily Plaza. But this year we're going virtual. But we have, go on our website, we have a new website, chicagofairtrade.org, and we are running a 3-week, 3-part World Fair Trade Day challenge, encouraging people to educate themselves. If you're watching this counts. To educate, activate, and celebrate. Go on our website, you'll see more, but this is all part of that. So as we were thinking, what can we do this World Fair Trade Day season? And our theme this year is Build Back Fairer. We thought we would visit some places that are doing just that. So here we are at, and I'll hand it over to you, Ray.
Nico and the Flamingo. We're at 4750 North Rockwell in the Lincoln Square area. And it's the first zero waste general store. And it's been here for just about a year. And we're going to go inside, we're going to get a tour, we're going to have some fun, we're going to hate on plastic and stuff, and we're going to learn how to just be more responsible people and create less waste. Because I think we've all been sick about creating more plastic waste during the situation we've been in here with the pandemic. So let's go in and look for answers.
Well, hello.
Welcome to Nico and the Flamingo.
This is Bethany. This is
I'm
Jackie McCartney. Jackie McCartney is the co-owner of this, along with Bethany.
Bethany Barbucci, my best friend of over 20 years now, and we are here as said, is Chicago's first zero waste general store, helping people along in their sustainable and zero waste path.
So,
what was the impetus to start this?
We were just tired of seeing single-use plastics piling up in landfills, honestly. It's kind of a sad thing when you go to the grocery store and see so many things that are probably going to be used one time and then tossed away and never seen again, but definitely affecting everything for us. So.
And even when you're at home and you have your recycling bin, you see these plastics pile up, and knowing what the situation is now in terms of Asia not accepting our plastics, you're like, what are the chances this is even going to be recycled?
Exactly.
It drives you crazy.
And procedures on recycling too are very unclear to a lot of people. So generally, even if you think you're recycling something properly, if it goes into the bin and somebody else isn't doing something, it may not end up in a recycling plant either. It's probably going right to a landfill.
Chicago's had terrible problems with contaminated loads, so the whole thing just ends up going to garbage.
Now, some people may have never heard of a zero waste general store, but these are popping up in other places in Europe?
Sure, absolutely. Very popular there, where people are encouraged to bring in their own containers and reuse them rather than letting them go to landfill.
Yeah, there's one in Covent Garden that's very, very famous in London. There's one in St. Louis. I just heard about it on my Facebook.
Yeah.
But what do you guys have? You've got this whole wall of edibles. Not edibles, but
Exactly. So our humble dry goods section here, which features a lot of really awesome pantry staples such as fruits, nuts, beans, rice, flours, legumes, baking staples, chocolate chips, and things of that nature, legumes. Oats are probably our top sellers. Our granolas are really popular too. A variety of organic spices and teas, as well as coffees that are from companies right here in Chicago.
So how does this work? I see you've got a whole bunch of jars here, but I've also brought my own jar.
Sure.
How would it work if I wanted some oats, let's say?
So you are definitely welcome to bring in your own container, just very clean and dry.
Yes.
You would stop at the counter here first and ask one of our staff members to fill up your container for you. All of the dry goods are staff only for now, just to keep everything safe on this side too.
So I noticed when you take the order, you've got a chalkboard. kind of situation, so you don't create any waste.
Exactly.
And when we leave, we don't get a receipt. We've got to get a digital one. We
Right.
can have a plastic
We can
one.
email or text it to you. We don't even have a printer for receipts. And this is a chalkboard, but this is an actual chalk. This is a soapstone, so it's like a
Whoa.
actual chalk as well.
So you take the jar, you'd weigh it on here, and then I'd say, I'd like a full jar of garbanzo beans. You'd fill it up, you'd get the price, and then that would go on my list.
Right. We fill it up, take down the weight of the item, and then bring it up later for you when you're ready to check out. So this also really is helpful, especially if you're a person who is trying to cut back on food waste, because you are getting as much or as little as you may need. It's a big deal with spices where maybe you want to try a new recipe and you just need a tiny tablespoon or a teaspoon of something that you've never tried before. Well, instead of going to the grocery store and dropping maybe potentially $15 on this crazy fun spice that you just want to try a recipe with, you can come in here and just get a little bit of it. And cutting back on food waste is so important as well.
Well, you've got a big lentil area.
Yeah,
And you said
legumes.
the oats are your maybe biggest seller.
Oats
You've
are
got
probably our top, yeah.
steel cut oat, rolled
Yes.
oats, gluten-free oats.
Yes, a little oat bran
Is
there
that,
too.
are most people, what are they doing? Granola? Are they doing steel cut oats for breakfast?
A lot
Or
of
who are
people
these-
do overnight oats and like to eat oats for breakfast. It's a really great, very fiber, full
Yeah.
Yeah.
something
Now-
to start your morning with.
Now that we're
Exactly.
starting the warmer season, overnight oats are great. If you haven't made them, throw some yogurt, a kefir in a jar, then maybe a little bit of fruit, and then some
Exactly.
oats. Leave them in the fridge in the morning. Delish.
It's ready, yeah, and delicious, exactly. And if you need a little cinnamon or other spice for that too,
Some
we
chia
have that for you
seeds,
here. Yeah,
maybe.
chias, flax, hemp hearts is another one that we carry that's really great. And a lot of these things are organic too, so we try to keep that going as well.
So it's not just zero waste. You also really try to have some ethics in the way you source these
Absolutely,
things.
absolutely. And it does take a little bit of extra research, but I do trust all of the companies that
And
bring
you've
these
got
things
a
to me.
load of Chicago-based companies. Even the coffee companies are Chicago-based companies. and,
Sure, yeah, all three.
They're really awesome.
Exactly. I have a tea company, Spirit Tea, that's based out of Chicago, which is a really cool farm direct company.
Wow.
They have a close relationship with all of their farmers, which is creating sustainability for their livelihoods. And because they're smaller farms, things are being harvested cleanly, organically, and these farmers are being treated ethically as well.
And it's not just that, okay, so I have this jar of tea. Oh, jeepers, how am I supposed to steep this? You have a whole folder here about how to do it, and you can take a picture rather than
Absolutely.
having to get a package that says
Yep.
it.
Yeah. You can just come by, take a picture of all the steeping instructions in there, and yeah, go home with that. Or we do have a list of those online too. If you can always reference that for any of our products. Measuring weights or ingredients or anything like that, you're always welcome to address our website and you can find all of those on there. Or of course, reach out to us at our email, chicago.ecoflamingo at gmail.com or at Eco and the Flamingo on Instagram. You can always message us there, and we're pretty on top of those too.
So not just tea, but coffee, and you've got some great stories behind these coffees and how you source them and what they do.
Exactly. So I have 3 coffee companies that I support, and they're all here in Chicago. Dark Matter is probably one of our popular brands that is really well known. They have a lot of stores all over the city.
Yep.
They are, as all of the brands are, have a relationship with their farmers that is sustainable and mainly biodynamic growing going on with all of these coffee beans. We have a variety of coffees from them. Back of the Yards is another Southside company. They are really great, very environmentally focused. All of their materials that they package their coffee in or sell their coffees in are compostable. They do compost their coffee grounds as well over there. And then Sip of Hope is with the Hope for the Day Foundation, which is helping for suicide education and awareness and prevention. So every time I buy coffee from them, proceeds go to that suicide awareness.
Wow, it also smells great. I can smell those coffees
It
from
really
here.
does. And what's even better about all 3 of these companies is that I have a closed loop program going on with them where I either have an exchange of buckets or just go to the roastery and have them fill up containers for me. So no packaging is exchanged at all.
That's great. My favorite coffee right now, I hate it because I always have this really heavy duty bag that I'm throwing away, and I don't even think I can recycle it.
Well, if you want to, you can give that bag a good shake, give it a wipe out for me, bring it in here and fill it up, and you can reuse that bag probably forever.
What a great
You
idea.
could pass it on to the next generation even if you wanted to.
Should we swing over to the pink wall?
Yeah.
This is the pink flamingo wall I mentioned. Did you want to explain the name of the organization?
Sure.
Flamingo and the Flamingo, because when you zero waste store, Flamingo, what is the deal
exactly.
there?
Well, the eco part sort of explains itself, but the Flamingo is another aspect of our store that is kind of the bright and colorful part of things. I'm a glass blower, an artist myself. We do also have a variety of artists that we've brought on from the neighborhood locally too that we are wanting to support, just to add a little bit of an extra colorful side to the store. So that's a little bit about the Eng.
All right, so what do we have here? I see some bitters, I see some.
Yeah, so on this side we have, as I said, a lot of Chicago companies here. The Bitter X, which is a close friend of mine. He's making some really delicious bitters in the CH distillery.
And you would just drop those in your cocktail, your seltzer water?
Absolutely, absolutely. Just a couple drops. They're all super duper good. He's a very talented person. Making things with his X there, which is hence the name of the brand. Current location press is really awesome here. She makes these great cards and tea towels, block printing with all natural dyes. We have a few different styles of candles, Virtue Alchemy, as well as Quarantini candles there. At the bottom. Oh, sorry, you're still doing
Wow, this would be such a great place for gifts. I always, people are always like, I gotta buy a gift. Where should I go? And I never remember ever, and now I gotta remember this place. Mother's Day coming up.
Yeah, Mother's Day coming up. A really great thing for Mother's Day here. One of my good friends has brought on some of these really cool seed bombs that are really great for throwing on. Mother's Day is a great day to plant flowers. These are local ecology flowers that will inspire pollinators. And it's pretty great stuff. And moving on into the end of the line here is going to feature more instruments for household cleaning and hygiene. We also carry another local maker, Zafiro, who's really
It's a
really awesome
reusable ear
zero-waste
swab.
Yeah.
Reusable ear swab.
Exactly. Yep. And those are silicone, so they will last you forever.
You just get all the schmutz out of your ear and then you rinse them off.
And you just wash it off. Yeah, a little soapy water. We even have refillable toothpaste and tooth powders here as well. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I just got one of these Zafiros last week, and I was washing my dishes with it. It works like a charm. And then when this wears out, you can just buy another head and replace it.
Exactly.
I use little mouth tablets. They're good.
Yeah. The tooth tabs have probably been some of our top sellers.
Wow. All right, so these are ways that you can replace what's plastic in your home right now with something that is renewable or permanent.
Right, or at least if it does end up at the end of its life, it can be composted and it will biodegrade.
Great. Okay.
One of the things I think we get caught up in is individual usage and individual change being the change we want to make. But really, it's collective change that is going to make the world we really want. And I thought we'd take a second, since it's World Fair Trade Day, and since we're doing all this, making all this effort, we should make an effort to collectively change the situation and talk about some of the groups that are changing the situation and the legislation that's out there that could really change things and create a more sustainable palette for our lifestyles. And I'm going to tick off a couple of organizations that I know. Beyond Plastic is a great organization led by a former EPA administrator, and they're doing a great job. So is Plastic Pollutes Coalition. They're big advocates for the federal legislation, Break Free from Plastic Pollution Act, which is out there, and would do many wonderful things. It would stop new plastic facilities. There would be a massive investment in compost and recycling. There would be a nationwide beverage container refund program. Wouldn't that be a blessing?
Nationwide, not just state by state anymore.
We can't. We don't. It'd be a big leap forward if something like the Break Free from Plastic Pollution Act ever got passed. Do you have some favorites, Jackie?
Yes, there's Organizing for Plastic Alternatives, which is right here in Chicago. There's also Plant Chicago, which is another place that's helping with circular economy.
And the Chicago Recycling Commission does good, the coalition does good things. They're a nice organization. They're out there. Don't forget the Illinois Environmental Council.
That's right.
Which is trying to get the single-use plastic ban through the city council and doing so much on the state level. They've got a bring your own container law at the state level. It's not coming up in the session this time, but they're ready with it.
That's fantastic.
Well, let your legislators know if that's something you want to support. Let your state rep know.
It's Monica's pet thing.
That's right. Yeah.
Bring your own container.
Because I don't know about you guys, but like during the pandemic, I wanted to really help restaurants, but takeout, when I get those single-use things, it just makes my heart sing. And so I totally appreciate the places like Tupelo Bubble that are using compostables, and I hope everybody has access to a composting operation. But so many of them are these single-use plastics, and when you're like torn, I want to help out this local business, but I don't want to contribute to all this plastic. So if there was a law that said, hey, you can bring your clean tiffin in, and assured everybody, because there's so many restaurants that are like, oh, I don't know what the law is. If it assured everyone, then boy, would that be a game changer.
And I was telling Monica before that I was in Minneapolis, and I was in a Indian restaurant, and this guy came in behind me. We were getting takeout, and he had all these stainless steel bowls. They weren't like straight up tiffins, but they were like tiffins. And I was like, what has this guy got? A bunch of dog food bowls here? And it turns out they had a refund program. If you make a $5 deposit, you get a stainless steel tiffin, and then when you return it, you get your $5 back.
Maybe something looks sort of like this, but bigger, right?
Yeah. And so there's this company up there called Foreverware, and they're doing a whole bunch of restaurants, and they supply the tiffins, the tiffin-like objects, and for a small fee that's the equivalent of what it would cost the restaurant to buy some kind of styrofoam. They'll take it and clean it.
Yeah.
And so
and they're trying to get more people on board to encourage their local restaurants to adopt this model too. So it takes hearing from the customer to get these guys to say, okay, I'm going to invest in this program.
So that's a business idea for somebody out here in Chicago is be the person who does the tiffin business. That would be so awesome.
Yeah,
Speaking
that
of
would be great.
reusing that stuff that you already have at home, let's look under this table. What have we got here, Jackie?
So these are containers and wares that are donated from the community. So people come and bring in their jars really clean and dry for us, and we sanitize them again. And loan them out or don them out. So if you do forget a container or are short one perhaps, you can use them for any of the non-refillable soap items on this side of the store, or non-refillable, I'm sorry, non-food items on this side of the store.
Can you tell us about what some of these are that we're seeing?
Absolutely. So on this tier here, we have a variety of laundry soaps, hand soaps, dish soaps, hand sanitizer, and isopropyl. A few different really awesome companies. We just brought on Denobi, which is a Chicago company. We are the first person to stock their soap in bulk, which is really, really cool. It's really exciting to be working with them. Rustic Strength is another company that we source from out of St. Louis, well, close to St. Louis, and they have a really awesome line of chemical-free and very safe ingredients in their soaps. So we're happy to have them on. So you're welcome to either bring your own containers again and to fill up on these, or borrow one from us if you don't have one. Along the line of donations, we do accept donations, but it's very intermittently. So if you are saving jars for us, please make sure you call the store before you stop and ask if we're accepting them or not.
Yeah.
When we do open up, it fills up quick. So
you don't have like more than you can handle.
yeah, and we love to help out, and it's actually incredible how quickly they rotate. But every once in a while.
What is the hand soap to bar soap ratio, would you guess, in this store? Because I gave up liquid soap for bar soap long ago, and every time I see bar soap, I think, forget it.
Okay.
Liquid soap, I don't want liquid soap.
Well, I have glass containers that I fill my liquid soap in and turn into these jars. But you're right, bar soap, as long as you use it all, obviously it doesn't have any plastic or anything.
Right. So it kind of depends on how you want to proceed. So if you're doing the liquid soap, yes, you're dealing with the container. Transitioning into bar soap is, as you said, package free completely. So that's
demand-wise though?
Oh,
bar
I'd
soap
say
or
they're,
hand-
you know, it's pretty even.
Bar soap, hand soap. Bar
Yeah,
soap, hand
we have a variety of people that really like both. So, and for me personally, I use both as well. I have a bar in my bathroom and a liquid by my hand.
I just bought one of your shampoo bars and used it the other day, and look at how well it works.
Yay, awesome. Yeah, the
These are
shampoo
yesterday.
bars are great. And that's another transition that you can make completely out of the package as well if you want to move into
Yeah,
shampoo and
so
conditioner
here's
bars.
like,
We're in
here's
the soapy area here.
Yeah, so right, our green wall, self-care, personal care wall here, where we do have another pretty cool variety of awesome things. A few local soap makers, Nature's Trace, which is a small batch, as well as Soap Distillery. They also make some really cool scrubs, body oils, and lip balms as well. Intertwined Herbs is kind of in our middle area here, and she is an incredible herbalist that's growing a lot of her own ingredients and then creating her products in
And
a
she's
certified
based
kitchen.
in where?
And she's Lake Villa.
Lake Villa.
Exactly.
Awesome.
you even have like personal hygiene for ladies.
Exactly, from Rustic
Deodorant?
Strength here. Dot Cup is Chicago.
Yeah. So you don't have to keep wasting all that stuff.
Exactly. Even the deodorant is package free, which is really
Wow.
cool.
Does it work?
It does actually.
Okay.
It really does. This is as far as my customers have told me is the best natural deodorant they've come by.
Okay,
So.
because I've had some natural ones that didn't quite cut.
There,
mustard
yeah,
and
they can
locust.
be finding the right one for you too can be a little bit of an adventure, but once you get there, it's very nice.
All
I
right.
went to baking soda. Is that wrong?
Oh, as long as it doesn't hurt you. Some people have a little bit of a sensitivity to baking soda. That's what's nice about those package-free ones is that they are baking soda free.
All right, and now I'm seeing some elderberry syrup.
Elderberry syrup, yeah, that's again at our Intertwined Herbs, who's our local herbalist. She's one of several of our vendors that we brought on that for the first time are creating bulk refills for our lines. So we have Courtney and her tub infusion refill. We also have a refill program with Lena Rose, who we're probably going to be moving into next. That is a really awesome place just on the street, the first sustainable spa in Chicago. So that's
Oh, that's
great
nice.
here.
Body scrub.
Yeah, body scrub, bath scrub.
Can I just bring us back for the ear things, the Schwitz thing? Oh, we already mentioned it.
Yeah, the swabs. Yep. Swabs are great.
We kind of skipped over the laundry powder area,
Oh.
but that's really cool that you've got bulk laundry powder and you
Sure.
can come in and just scoop out this concentrate stuff.
Exactly. Another one of our Chicago companies, Meliora, all plant-based ingredients. Their powdered laundry detergent is amazing, and we have the canister that you can purchase, and once that's empty, you can refill it, or you can just come in and try a little bit if you're unsure about if you're going to like it or not. That's another nice thing about being able to purchase things in bulk.
It's like the little screw aisle at the hardware store.
Yeah.
You can only get one screw instead of having to buy a whole
Yeah, you don't have to buy the whole box. Exactly.
Well, speaking of shampoos and conditioners, you've got all the shampoo bars here,
Right.
conditioner
More
bars.
shampoo and conditioner bars, and the shampoo bars here are another Zafiro product. The Zafiro, Lena Rose, and our Eco and the Flamingo soaps are all created by Nini, which is another Chicago creator. She does the liquid serums here, and her moisturizer. Another really awesome maker that's for the first time doing bulk refills for
So
us.
when you say liquid serums, these are like to make my aging skin
For
look
your,
better?
for your face, exactly. So they're full of really amazing ingredients. You can purchase the little vial first and then come back and try a different color if you want to.
All right, so now shall we move on to the kitchen items?
So
the
you,
container item.
yeah, this is a sort of a travel and packing pyramid here. So you're gonna find the jarware, which are things that are gonna fit on your standard mason jars, pump lids, oil cruet. There's a little spiralizer that we just brought on that's really
saw
cool.
that.
A tea infuser and even a drink lid if you like to infuse your water with fruits or cucumbers or however you like to do that.
I just bought this last week because we've moved to just buying a huge tin of olive oil because we go through it so quickly and then just refilling because boy was I tired of getting all those bottles, especially in the lockdown. We've gone through so much olive oil. So
Absolutely.
this is great.
Yeah. Well, if you want to clean out one of those olive oil bottles for us, we do have liquids olive oil too here. So you can fill them up as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Wow, one-stop
olive
shopping.
oil, sunflower oil, and apple cider vinegar.
That's great. And then these reusable coffee filters.
Coffee filters, right, exactly. The silicone bags are great if you're trying to get the Ziplocs out of your life and trying to reduce plastics in that way. And those are, any silicone thing is dishwasher safe, microwave safe. You can freeze them, you can even throw them in the oven. They're really durable and they last a really, really long time.
I've been really thinking about those, and now I think you might have convinced me.
And you're talking about
The
your
lotion bar.
tiffins and things like that, you can bring things in when you're going out as
Oh,
well
yeah.
and pack your own food up rather than taking the box with you.
Right, so you can take your own leftovers.
Yeah.
At this point, and maybe in the future, you're to go. Okay, so a bunch of oils and lotions.
Lotions.
Right,
Shampoos.
so this is another bulk area here that has gonna have your liquid shampoos, conditioner, body wash, and lotion. So if you're not ready to transition into a bar yet, you can bring your containers in for that too, just real dry and clean and fill up on those. Same thing for the oils underneath if you're trying to either create your own hair or face oil or doing your own balms or something at home. We have a variety of things, witch hazel, argan oil, jojoba oil, things like bentonite clay and activated charcoal if you're trying to do your own mask making and things of that nature too. So instead of having to usually have to buy a giant bag of things, it's going to cost a bit and come in a plastic container if you're just trying something out for your
That
friend.
lotion is great. Our family, especially in the winter, goes through tons of those plastic lotion bottles. And here is a solution.
I'm curious about your clientele and who comes. Is it people from the neighborhood who've never experienced anything like this before? Are people driving to get here? Are you getting what is the level of knowledge when people come in?
We have a lot of people coming from so many places, which is really amazing. People traveling from all over the city of Chicago. Of course, many people from the community, the Lincoln Square and Rockwell neighborhood here, who live close enough to walk and hang out with us that way. But we have people coming up from Hyde Park and Pilsen, people coming down from Evanston. So it's people from all over, and it's really, really cool to know that so many Chicagoans are already environmentally responsible and thinking about these things and super excited to see us here. They've been waiting for a store like us for a long time.
Can you identify regulars by what they want? Here comes the guy who's going to get the rolled oats and
absolutely.
And you just fill the order for them when they walk in the door.
We do. Yeah, we have our regular customers that come in and we kind of know what they're going to ask for. We have a person who really loves a certain type of granola, exactly, or we know that they're coming in for coffee again today. So it's really cool to be building these relationships with local people and with our customers as well. It's been a really, really fun ride, and it's opening during a pandemic has provided its own challenges, of course. And we've just been really lucky to have so many loyal and helpful people that have been excited about us and supported us. We actually started out in a smaller store last year when we opened and have been able to move over to a larger place already. So it's just been a really awesome year with a lot of silver linings, and we're so thankful.
Did you get any leverage off of this whole pandemic waste thing? Like people were disgusted by how much waste there was?
I think a part of it is the waste, and then you're spending a lot more time at home. So you're checking out your cabinets, you're looking at your living area, and you want things to be cleaner and sparkly and try to make your household reflect you inside as well. So
Yeah, you're staring at your recycling bin full of plastic and thinking, how can I reduce this?
Right, how can I help? Exactly.
Well,
it's one step at a time.
You've got this Eco and Flamingo line of things?
Right,
here?
exactly. So our Eco and the Flamingo line here, we have the 3 for All, which is a shampoo, face, and body bar, created by Nini, as I said. By Nini, I should say. So those are really great. The shave bar as well. We also feature a really cool textile line. So we have if you make your way back up top there, the shower flower, which is a cotton shower poof to sort of help you replace those mesh plastic poofs. It's extremely gentle exfoliating. It's like a whole big ball of yarn that gets hand woven into those, organic Turkish cotton.
And then throw it in the washing machine when you're done.
Exactly. Our Eco Essential towels there as well. We've assembled a really cool group of people in Turkey that are looming these and weaving these towels for us, and it's a really cool collective that Bethany, who is able to have a close relationship with, it's been a really cool thing to support them too.
When I go to the hammam in, let's say, Istanbul, this is the kind of towel I get, and you think, oh, that's not going to be very absorbent, but it actually is.
Super absorbent,
Yeah.
really lightweight too, so it's kind of cool because you dry off and then have your towel hanging out in the sun, and it'll be dry by the time you come back to it.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's see, anything that we've missed? Oh, I want to, soap nuts. Tell me how soap nuts work. Cool.
Soap nuts are it's actually not a nut at all. It is a berry that it's naturally saponifies, so it creates soap when it goes into the wash. The bubbles from the saponifying soap kind of penetrates the water layer and gets into the fibers of your clothes. Things are washed to the surface and everything washes away. So it's like a natural laundry detergent. It's chemical free, completely natural growing laundry detergent. So you throw it in a little bag, toss it in with your load of laundry, and remove it before you put everything into the dryer. It's good for 3 or 4 uses, and then another awesome thing about it is that you can just compost those berries, so it's zero waste.
Okay, I saw these wax beads, and I feel really ignorant. I don't know, what do you do with a beeswax bead?
So beeswax beads are something you could melt them down and make them into a lip balm or a salve. Use them for moisturizer or making of that form. It's another product that we just like to have involved for people who are doing a little experimenting or trying out new things. A lot of people at home kind of making their own masks and lotions and all that kind of stuff this year too. So
I was like, do you throw them in the washer? And I just don't know.
they're kind of in a funny place. I should find them in another spot perhaps. So,
well, you know, I've done a few stories about places that have tried to do this. There was a place in Bucktown, and it just there was always something that just didn't work out. You guys have been open for more than a year, and you're still going strong, in fact, expanding.
Yeah, we actually, we're almost to our year anniversary in a few days actually. On May 9th will be our first day of opening for pickups and deliveries, so it's really exciting to have been here this long.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Catherine, you want to wrap things up?
Sure. A huge thanks to all of you also, and I had shared this with Jackie, that they've been nominated for one of our Build Back Fairer awards. Join us, which it's not, well, I think some of the products are fair trade, a lot are not, but they embody the principles of fair trade, and that's what we care about mostly at Chicago Fair Trade. So I know that our community is like gonna flock. Okay, I'm trying to make some bad puns. I don't know if flamingos are flocks.
We are totally okay with puns around.
But yeah, I mean, as you said, Monica, I've seen other stores kind of try this, and when I walked in here, I heard about it, and people I've told about this, oh yeah, I've heard about it, I need to make it there, and I walked in and I was like, yay, there's a lot of products. I mean, you really have so much. So anyhow, join us on Friday at 6. We're gonna live stream an award ceremony, and a few of us will be there in person. We'll be announcing the award winners. We're gonna have a virtual tour of Metropolis Coffee to start. They're letting us have this celebration in their lovely space, and soon we will all be back together live and in person.
Yes.
But for now, come in here. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yay. Ethical commerce. Ethical commerce.
Yes. And thank you to Jamiz, our camera.
Exactly.
Happy Monday, everyone.
4750.
Yeah, 4750 North Rockwell in Chicago, and you can visit us too at www.ecoandtheflamingo.com or at ecoandtheflamingo on Instagram or Facebook.
And thank you, Monica and Jerome.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Very
We're going to
nice.
shop
So
now.
exciting.
We brought bags.
Shop more.
Let's go get some stuff.
Thank you, Jamiz.